Hello students, welcome to session 3 of chapter 2, Cultural Heritage of India, Traditional Handicraft and Fine Arts. Today we will continue our traditional handicraft art with the aqiq work, right? Aqiq is also a kind of precious stone specially found in the valley areas of the rivers. You might have seen some of the ornaments and are studied with such kind of precious stones. Chiefly, the chalcedonic mixed with the silica blue or a white stones are called aqiq. So, in the exam, you may get a question that what is aqiq. So, you have to write chiefly chalcedonic mixed with the silica blue or a white stones are called aqiq. The carnelian is the main stone with the semi-transparent quality and the beautiful red in color. The different kind of aqiq stones I have pasted here for your better understanding. In Gujarat, various precious stones are available in a big and small size at a Ranpur and Surat also. All these stones are sent to Khambat to mold into various beautiful ornaments with the various designs. Normally, the ornaments made with the help of aqiq stones are mostly worn by the women, but even nowadays, the modern jewelries are also available for male also. Beads and garlands of stones are prepared by them. The jewelries which are there at the top of the slide in the right side corner image, such kind of ornaments are prepared in a modern style and these are normally worn by the woman. Moving further, painting. As we have discussed the different art form, the painting is also the foremost one and one of the old art also. The painting is an art which can be expressed through the lines and the colors. Yes, while drawing or painting, the painter uses a different kind of colors and the different strokes or lines which he draws. पेंटर जब कोई पेंटिंग बना रहा है तो उसके जो लाइन के जो स्ट्रोक्स होते हैं, है ना, डिफरेंट कलर कॉम्बिनेशंस जो होते हैं, उसके थ्रू वो एक पर्टिकुलर इमेज में एक लाइफ प्रेडिक्ट करवाते हैं. एंड the aim of this art is to express the emotion. While painting, painter expresses his emotion by imitating the animate and inanimate object. Animate means a live object and inanimate means non-living object of the nature through the lines and the color. So painting is a kind of unique art, है ना, in which the artist tries to express his emotions, his feeling, his love, his affections towards the other. And this affection or painting can be performed by keeping the animate means living object or non-living object in a center. We have the evidence of Indian art of painting from the remains of the 5000 years old Harappan culture. So we can say that Indians have developed the mastery of painting way back 5000 years ago. Various models of painting have been found out many times by the archaeological department during the excavation work. This excavation work, whenever take place, they found lots of such kind of painting samples or models at a different time at a different places. The images which are pasted here, these are the paintings drawn on the walls of the Bhimbetka caves, है ना. We have traces the pictures of animals and the birds in the cave painting of the primitive man of the Stone Age at the Bhimbetka, which is there in Madhya Pradesh. So these pictures are thousands of years old. Then too, even today, it resembles like they are drawn just few days before. That much they are yet live and fresh, and even the colors are as it is, yet they have not faded much. People used to draw the geometrical designs and the sketches. Elephant, rhinoceros, deers are the notable among them. Why? Because these were the animals which were around them, and that's why they used to draw them in the paintings. Ajanta Ellora are incomparable specimens of such paintings. Like the second image is also given in your textbooks. Other images I have taken in order to give you the better idea that other paintings are also there in Ajanta Ellora caves. Drawing of the sketches of swastik in the morning, you might have seen your mother at the entrance of the door puts the swastik with the help of kumkum. Pictures. Ganesha at the time of festival and celebration is an old tradition in India. You might have seen at the time of wedding, the Ganesh Sthapana is done in the house. So people used to draw the image of the Ganesha on the wall piece or the entrance of the door. Rangoli making, especially at the time of Diwali or at a time of good occasion, the people of India draws the rangoli outside the entrance. So these are the also part of painting only that has developed over the period of time, and now it is one of the important part of our occasion, festivals and tradition. Now moving to the fine arts. Till now we have discussed about the handicraft, or you can say art, which people used to perform with the hands of their art and their intellectual ability. Now we will discuss about the fine arts, that includes the music and different dance form. Singing, playing, dancing and performing role of a different characters are a unique features of Indians, and that also helps to get entertainment, and because of that the people in the olden days, Ramayanas and Mahabharata also used to perform lots of dramas. So from that only the music and dance form evolved. So let's discuss about them. Indian music is unique in the world from the point of view of tune, rhymes and harmony, and so it is different from the music of the other countries of the world. The music and fine arts whatever have developed in India is having a very strong foundation, and it reflects our daily routine life. Samveda, one of the four Veda, is considered to be associated with the music, and Richas of Samveda are sung with the tune and rhymes of the music, and that is very important part. The question can be asked in exam that which Veda is associated with the music. So you can say that a Samveda. Samveda is also called as a Gangotri of a music, that we will discuss and learn in upcoming chapters. Music involves both singing and playing, as you can sing also and at the same time you can perform also. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, ta, ni, sa, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Right? These are the 7 vowels of music through which only the entire music gets created. All the songs which are sang are first of all set on these 7 vowels of a music, and then it gets converted into a song. So sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, and sa again. So Indian music can be divided mainly into 2 parts, and those 2 are classical music and folk music. Over the period of time, we have five main ragas in classical music also, and those five ragas are Shri, Deepak, Hindol, Megh, and Bhairavi. It is believed normally that all these ragas naturally came out of the Panchmukh of Lord Shiva. So you can say that the Shiva is the creator of these different rags, है ना, on the basis of which nowadays the different musics are performed. Sangeet Makarand, Sangeet Ratnakar, and Sangeet Parijat. Now, these all three we will discuss little bit in detail one after the another. So let's begin first of all with the Sangeet Makarand. A music scholar Narad, है ना, you might have seen in a different mythological serial Narayan Narayan. So that Narad, है ना. So a scholar Narad who had written Sangeet Makarand in about 900 BC. Okay, so it is one of the oldest literature, and it describes around 19 vinas and 101 rhymes which are useful even today. Sangeet Ratnakar. Okay, the writer of this text was Pandit Sarang Dev. Who was the writer of the Sangeet Ratnakar? Pandit Sarang Dev. He lived in Daulatabad, which is called as a Devgiri, but that was an old name. Now it is called as a Daulatabad. So he was familiar with the South and Northern Indian music. Pandit Vishnu Narayan Bhatkhande considers Sangeet Ratnakar as the most authentic book on music, through which the modern music followers are learning a lot. Sangeet Ratnakar is believed to be unique in understanding all the aspects of music. अगर संगीत रत्नाकर का फॉलो हो रहा है, so a person who is learning the music can learn the music and different aspects of the music in very depth and very easily too. So it is one of the unique work. Sangeet Parijat. Sangeet Parijat is a very important book on a music, the another creation. Pandit Ahobale had written this text in 1665 on a northern Hindustani music, means that music which was very much in a fame in the northern part of India. He had noted one important characteristics feature of all the ragas, saying that these rags have their own individual identity and characteristics too. He has described 29 types of tunes by combining the different ragas. See students, these all questions that Sangeet Makarand, Sangeet Ratnakar and Sangeet Parijat can be asked in exam for 1 or 2 marks. So for that you have to write the answer as it is given here in a slide and a point wise. During the time of Alauddin Khilji, talented Amir Khusro, he was very famous for his music. Due to his contribution in the field of music, especially poetry, and he was known as Tutiye-Hind, that means parrot of India, Indian history. So Amir Khusro, the officer in the Alauddin Khilji's court, he is considered as a parrot of India because of his unique contribution in the field of music and poetry. Most of the part of this lesson you have to take as a information, and the related images I have pasted in order to give you a better understanding. Bhakti movement that started in India in the 15th and 16th century means what is real bhakti of a god, how an ordinary man can worship the god in a simple manner. So that movement started in India in the 15th and 16th century, and after that lots of sant है ना came in a society who also contributed to a great extent in the field of music with their poem and different contribution. Bhakti Sangeet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who established the Vaishnav Panth, Kabir Ji, Tulsidas, Mirabai, who was worshipping the Lord Krishna, Narsi Mehta, he also used to worship Lord Krishna. So they were very famous. The disciples of Swami Haridas, Beju Bawra, Tansen, and duet girl Tanariri are considered as a rare jewel of music of the 15th century. So these are all the masters who contributed to a great extent into the music of Indian history. And they are considered as a jewel of the 15th century Bhakti movement. Now we will discuss about the performing art. So as we have discussed in the beginning that fine arts can be played or can be sung also. So now we will discuss about the playing art of fine arts, and that is dance. We have the understanding of the word nritya, that is normally considered a Gujarati word, but actually it is derived from the original Sanskrit word nrit, which means dance. Dance is one of the medium of realizing the beauty with the help of tal, that is rhyme, and laya, that is a harmony, for the realization of the aesthetic joy. So whenever person performs any dance on proper tal and with the help of proper lay, anybody can enjoy that performance. Shiva, the originator of the dance, is the lord of dance. Is also, that is why called as a Nataraj, that we have discussed in chapter 5 also. And here in the clip, the Shiva, the dance what he is performing, that is the Tandava, that is considered as a first dance also. He was the first to bring down the music from the heaven to the earth to teach this art of dance to the people like you and me, so that we can consider it is a part of Indian mythology that Lord Shiva was the first to bring the music and dance from the heaven to the earth. India over the period of time have developed wide varieties of the traditional classical dances, and that includes the Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathak, Kathakali, Odissi and Manipuri. Few of them we will discuss now in very depth. Bharatnatyam. It is also one of the kind of dance form. The origin of Bharatnatyam is in Tanjore, a district in Tamil Nadu. Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni and Abhinav Darpan by Nandikeshwar is a great contribution in the field of Bharatnatyam. Gopi Krishna, Niralini Sarabhai, modern actress of Indian Bollywood, that is Vaijayanti Mala, Hema Malini, are a good performers of the Bharatnatyam. Because of their unique contribution in the field of Bharatnatyam, India has got a very remarkable place in the entire world. Now Kuchipudi. Kuchipudi is a dance style that was created in the 15th century. It is mostly based on the descriptions of woman's beauty and different poses and gestures performed by male and female dancers, and they are woven in a foundation of this dance. Here in a side GIF clip, you can see that the lady is performing a different postures, and that is those postures have certain unique meanings that can be understood by only those people who have a basic understanding of the Kuchipudi. Okay, and that can give a lot of joy and entertainment. Kuchipudi is very much famous in Andhra Pradesh. These are the basic questions can be asked in objective type. Guru Prahlad Sharma, Raja Reddy, Shobha Naidu. These are the people who have developed the masteries in the Kuchipudi and given a fame to India in the entire world. Now Kathakali. It is also a kind of dance form, specially includes lots of facial expressions, है ना, and which have different meanings. The style of dance is very famous in Kerala. The word Kathakali has been derived from the dramas based on ancient epic Ramayana and Mahabharata and mixed drama of Sanskrit and Malayalam. So during these kind of performance, the character has to wear a beautiful plated attires. है ना? See the combinations. Very colorful attire the dancer or the performer have worn. है ना? And then they come in front of a people. We have to read their facial expression, that what they want to say, what they want to express, to recognize the characteristics of the character. Poet of Kerala, Shiv Vallathod, that is the founded Kalamandal Kathakali or a Kalamandalam, and the Krishna Prasad, who is given here in a right side image, and he was also an artist of a Kuchipudi, have earned a great fame in nations and the worldwide by their art form, Kathak dance. In line, Kathan करे so Kathak kahave, है ना? From that sentence, the word Kathak came into the picture. Kathan करे means who want to express something with his dance, and that's why it is called as a Kathak. It is observed that it has developed with the Shrungar Bhakti of a Vaishnav community. In this style of dance, the dancer turns around on a one leg and shows the references of the dance, as the lady is performing here in the side image. Women wear narrow trouser and frilled frock attires, as she has worn here. This style of dance has been kept alive by Pandit Sri Briju Maharaj, Sitara Devi, Kumudini, Lakya, etc. And because of that, it is very much famous in entire India and also in the entire world. Manipuri dance. As the name indicates, the dance is very much famous in Manipur, which is located in the eastern side of India. The people of Manipur perform these dance on every occasion and festivals. This dance style is chiefly based on a Ras Leela and Bal Leela of Lord Krishna. Manipur dance is of two types, Lasya and Tandav. Lasya slow form and Tandav little bit fast and aggressive dance form. The plated green color petticoat is known as kumin. In a dance, the lady in a center has worn a kind of open round shape petticoat that is called as a kumin. And mostly at the time of performing Manipuri art, they have to wear these. At the time, silk blouse and a belt are put on around the waist. Guru Amobi Singh, Atomobi Singh, Guru Bipin Sinha, Naina Zaveri, Nirmal Mehta, etc. with their art of Manipuri dance form have gained a fame in India and also in entire world. So this was all about the different fine arts, what we have discussed: Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Kuchipudi, Manipuri. In most of the slides, I have tried to give you a live demonstration so you can get a better idea. I hope you have enjoyed. So keep on revising and keep on learning. Take care, students.